Imagine a classroom, but instead of it being a pristine learning environment, picture a battlefield. Flour flying through the air, and thankfully, giggles. 20 years ago, you would have discovered me in front of a classroom full of enthusiastic first, second, and third graders. I was a newly certified teaching instructor of English as a second language. I was working and living in Taiwan, a culture totally new to me. I had planned an entire lesson around being in the kitchen. How do you keep the interest of first, second, and third graders who can't speak your language? Props. Lots and lots of props. I had my flipper, I had my frying pan, and thanks to my ever-loving, diligent sister, I even had procured some maple syrup straight from Canada. Yes, I was going all in. We were going to make pancakes. All I needed was a heat source, and the school diligently supplied an induction cooker. Have you ever tried to use an induction cooker with the wrong pan? It doesn't work. Fortunately, the school had its own chef, and she supplied me with her pan. Only it didn't look like this one with a nice flat bottom and a nice flat top. No, it looked more like a stainless steel bowl with round sides, and it was completely unstable. They gave me an actual wok. Have you ever tried to make pancakes in a wok? The batter just runs down the sides and creates a pool. I'm half Dutch. Pancakes are supposed to be the size of your head. It was a sheer impossibility. Even the geometry doesn't work. I was about to engage in what was just not a cooking lesson. It was a revelation, a masterclass in a mindset that we as adults often lose. The wok, that slippery, curved monster, sent my heart thundering, my anxiety through the roof. And my pancake batter, an avalanche into a puddle of half-cooked goo. Students, they didn't seem to mind too much. All they wanted was their chance to eat some of that half-cooked goo. Needless to say, the first 3-4 pancakes were a complete uncooked disaster, which met their fate in a garbage can instead of a student's stomach. But the students were fearless. My main concern moved from perfection of the lesson to preventing students from burning themselves on the wok. Induction cookers go from cold to hot in 2.2 seconds. It's ridiculous. But my students were living in the now, the exact moment where I was existing in what next? I was a conductor trying to control this symphony of chaos and a gladiator fighting a wok. My inner critic screamed about perfect order and my lesson gone awry. You ever spent hours planning for something only to have it take a left instead of a right? Breathe. Listen. Laughter. Instead of running with my anxious thoughts, I moved to hear the moment. My students had embraced the chaos. They were experimenting with the pancakes with reckless abandon, celebrating each lopsided shape, inventing characters that I didn't even know existed. They reminded me that true learning was happening in the middle of that chaos. And since that day, I've tried to carry some of that first greater lesson with me, embracing the unexpected to see the beauty in the imperfect. And definitely to avoid walks when you're making pancakes. The next time you face a curved walk in your life, an unexpected series of circumstances, maybe you can embrace the beginner's mindset and find joy in the process rather than anxiety in perfection. Let's all try and see the world with the wonder of a child. And maybe you get a little flower on your face and make a few walk-shaped life lessons along the way.